Hi, what's up, and welcome to the practice section of day one. I wanted to talk for a moment about ego once more because it's a pretty abstract concept. And even once we start to understand the definition of ego, maybe theoretically, applying it in life and practice, it takes a long time. Let's look at it like this. Yoga teaches that there are 5 layers of a human being, and that the ego mind is only one of those layers. To quiet our mind, we must learn to focus attention on other layers or other parts of the self. So let's break it down. Remember, yoga is an opportunity to truly study all of the aspects of you. You have great parts of you. You have parts of you you're a little embarrassed about. There's parts of you you don't even know, you haven't even accessed yet. And just like our body, we can train and learn more about our body by using it. We can do the same with our mind. So, the first and most obvious layer of a human being is tangible, it's physical, it's dense. I like to look at it like this. The most outer plane or the outer layer of who you are is your body. Duh. Your body is matter, it's nature, it's physical, and it's really obvious as you can touch it and feel it. So, in yoga, we obviously try to access and learn all the parts of our body and deeply connect with its innate intelligence to heal. The body heals itself. We just got to get out of our own way. So, with the body, there's something else going on in here, right? There's something moving within. Maybe you've seen a live body versus one that has passed. Inside the body layer, yoga explains, the next most accessible layer for someone to focus on and put their energy in would be just that, the energy layer. This is your energy. So you are mass or matter, and you are energy. This energy also can be considered life. The way we access life, the way we access our energy would be through our breath. We'll learn more about that tomorrow. So the body is visible. The breath, energy, life is invisible. And we keep getting more and more subtle as we go in through the layers. So the third layer of a human being is our mind. And that's what I'm talking about, ego. I'm talking about your basic mind. Some people call it the monkey mind. Maybe you've heard that because it like jumps from tree to tree. It jumps from sparkly object to sweet fruit, always looking for pleasure and joy in the short term. This is where we get in trouble. As human beings, we spend so much time at this part of the world in our mind that we've lost a lot of the connection to our body and to our energy. So yoga is going to deeply tap into, which you know, is connected to the body moving and moving energy through focused awareness on your breath. With those two attention, then we can get out of the mind a little bit. Deeper within the mind that not all animals have is a part of us that we have to try in order to access. Some people have to try even more. This is our wisdom. This is where I want us to spend more time into the layer of who we are that is wise. And I'm going to talk more about that throughout this course. But that wisdom is already within you. That's the wisdom that knows you are unique, you are amazing, that you can accomplish anything that you put your mind to. This wisdom doesn't listen to other people's stories about you, or even your own stories that you created from past experiences. This wisdom loves on itself. This wisdom loves you. And this is where we want to eventually spend a lot of our time. Then, when we are in the space or the layer of being where we are sitting in a wise place, where we can feel the body, we can feel our energy, our life, and we can feel our mind, but none of it's going to bring us down. Then we have access to the deepest layer of who we are, which has many names and different philosophies and cultures. And I think it is beyond a word or a name. But inside the deepest part of who you are, that is what yoga is looking to connect to. So let's try a practice. If you have a space that's kind of supportive for you to be quiet and focused, that would be the best place for you to be. You don't need a yoga mat necessarily. I have one down so I can support you in saying, like, come to the top of your space. We're going to actually begin laying down on our back with a body scan to bring awareness to the physical layer of being. Make sure you're cozy. Get some stretchy clothes on. Make sure you're not too cold or even too hot, so possibly a couple layers. And we'll begin by laying on our back. And if laying on your back is not comfortable because you have low back pain or it just doesn't feel safe, you can lay on your belly or your side at any time. It's good to have a hard surface, but if you need a blanket underneath you, this is not to let you go to sleep, but the whole point of yoga is to wake you up. Let's start. I'll play the bell at the beginning of each of our practices. So even though I'm not laying on my back with my eyes closed, you are invited to if you'd like. And as soon as you close your eyes, notice that there's always two worlds. The world outside, and I invite you to unplug from all the things you have to do and all the things you've ever done. And as you take a big breath in, commit to learning about what's going on the inside. This world could be considered having 5 layers. And you've been trained to understand concepts through your mind. So notice where that is. And take a big breath. And let's begin a practice of movement, breath work, and mindful meditation. Listen to the sound of the bell for as long as you can pay attention. Make any last adjustments you need to be comfortable lying on the floor for 3 minutes. You can lift your ribs and tuck your shoulders under a little. And once you've found a comfortable place, feel your entire body on the floor. Take a deep breath and feel into the sensations of what it feels like to have a body as it lays on the floor. Wrap your mind around your entire body. And as you feel the whole body, notice how there's tingling and small sensations everywhere. Notice how your body is alive. And without talking, notice what that feels like. Bring your mind's attention to your feet. Without, or maybe you move them a little, just pay attention to what the feet feel like. Maybe there's tingling. Maybe there's energy, or maybe there's no feeling at all. Just notice the area where your feet are and what it feels like. Move your awareness up your body and feel your legs. Without using language to describe it, just notice if one leg is heavier than the other, if one leg is turned a different way a little. And simply feel any movement, any sensation, it's called, any small tingling or vibration of life in your legs. Take a big breath in and feel your whole torso. Feel your back and the way that your back hits the floor. Pay attention to the entire torso and what feelings show up as you just put your awareness in this area of your body. Scan your shoulders. As you do so, is there any way to release any tension that you may notice you're holding here? Bring your awareness to your arms and feel what it feels like simply for the body to have arms. And then bring your awareness to your head. Invite your head to be heavy. Notice where your awareness is in your head or around that area. Notice what your face feels like. And then bring your awareness to the space right below your nose. Begin to focus on your breath. Feel the breath come in through the rings of your nostrils and bring your breath right to your forehead. And as you breathe out from your forehead, out your nostrils. Your awareness will wander around and your mind will try to distract it. But keep reminding yourself, we're training our minds to be powerful, focused, and joyful. So start by breathing in through your nose to your forehead. And breathe out from your forehead to your nose. Feel the area between your eyebrows brighten as you start to pay attention and concentrate in the moment. Expand your lungs as you continue breathing. Start to notice where you feel your breath most obvious in your body. And watch the rise and fall of your body as you inhale and exhale a few slow and smooth breaths. Now begin to deepen your breath. Take a slow breath in through your nose and seal your lips as you watch your lungs fill. Feel the whole body begin to expand. Soften your stomach and breathe into the edge of the lungs. When you're full, exhale as slow and smoothly as you can. We'll just do a few more breaths like that. Big breath in. Start to slow down this well observed breath and smooth, slow breath out. I wonder if you can find the maximum capacity of your lungs. Where do your lungs get fully expansive? And I wonder if you can exhale all the old stale air out of your lungs, as if you were releasing old stories, old ideas, old levels of who you are. Let the breath feel like a wave. And if you can, try to bring the breath through your whole body. With each inhale, the breath comes in through your nostrils and waves through the entire body, maybe even to your toes. And as you exhale, watch the wave ride out and over the top of your body. How about 3 more breaths just to pay attention and feel what it's like to feel the breath in the body? Notice if taking 3 breaths with all of your concentration is easy, or if your mind layer pulls you out of paying concentration, paying attention. Take a big breath in and smile. And a full breath out, knowing we are all a work in process, in progress. And wiggle back into the fingers and toes to feel your body again. Roll out your ankles. Keep your eyes closed just for another moment or two. And take your hands up and over your head. Just stretch back into the body. Point and flex your feet. We're going to start to move our whole body just for a little bit. Bend your knees. Push your feet onto the floor. And then roll over to one side. You can use your upper arm to help you stand or come to a seat to begin. If there are any questions or interesting things that you ever want to write down, you can always take time to write down on the blank pages of your workbook. But let's begin a practice and make sure that at the end of the practice, you take time to reflect on what this experience brings up. And if you like it or if you don't, or what your favorite parts are and where you struggled. Let's move into our body with our breath. Come on and stand up. So coming to the top of your space, and what I'll always do for that is that means this for me. You want an area that's like the size of a surfboard. It can be between like your closet and your bed if that feels like it's got some space in it for about the size of a surfboard or a yoga mat or whatever you'd like to call it. But sometimes I'll come like this and just look at you, even if I say come to the top of your space. So you move however feels good. We'll take inhales and exhales and flow with the breath. It becomes like a dance. We'll just move for a little bit here since this class has already been a little longer than I anticipated. Find your feet and push the feet into the floor. Inhale, reach your hands up. Come onto your tiptoes. Stretch energy through your whole body. And exhale, lower your heels. Come into chair pose. Take your hands back and head forward. With your breath, inhale, press into your toes. Squeeze your legs. Press your hips forward, heart and hands up. Exhale, lower your heels slowly. Look at the floor. Breathe in. Now, moving with the breath is the most important, or you'll spin in the mind. Breathe out. And you continue to use your wisdom. Breathe in, reach onto the toes, squeeze to the midline, hug your glutes and your core in, and breathe out. Instead of twisting all around the ego. Breathe in, reach up, keep your feet on the floor, all four corners, and stretch your front body. And exhale, forward fold over straight or slightly bent knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Bring your hands up towards your knees. Lift your chest. And exhale to the top of a push-up pose. Place your hands down, step back. Take 3 breaths here. Now we tend to get into our mind and drop all desire to put energy into our body. But you're strong. Spread your fingers wide and equally. Zip up like a cardigan of energy in your belly. And take one more big breath in. And smooth breath out. Good. You can lower your knees as you lower all the way to the floor. Point your toes. Inhale, press your hands into the floor. Roll your shoulders back. Cobra. Exhale, lower. We'll do it 2 more times with your breath. Inhale, cobra. Stretch your shoulders onto your back. Exhale, lower. One more. Inhale, cobra. And exhale, lift your seat. Walk your hands back, and you may take your knees a little wider as your toes come to touch. Child's pose. If it doesn't feel good for you to sit on your heels, you can keep your seat elevated. Either way, start to lower your torso. For the first one, walk your hands over to the right, left palm on right. Drop your head into the floor and close your eyes and begin to breathe again. So notice what it feels like to pay attention, and pay attention to the stretch of your body as you breathe in. Fill up all the way. Keep breathing in until you're full, and then exhale, slow exhalation. Watch your spine melt towards the floor. 2 more breaths. Inhale. Exhale. Slow down your breath. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Release everything. Walk your hands over to the other side. Right palm can come on left. And again, lower your whole body and maybe even your forehead to the floor. As you breathe, you should feel a nice stretch in the right side body. Settle your hips into a place of ease. Release your teeth if they're gripped. Take a slow breath in. A smooth breath out. 1 more big inhale. And full exhale. Come back into center with your hands. And then come onto your knees, and we'll step your right foot to the top of your space. Good. Inhale. Start to lift your hands up to the sky. Press your feet into the floor. And exhale. We'll do hands back, head forward. Move with your breath. Inhale. Reach your hands up high. And exhale. Reach your hands behind you. Interlace your hands behind you. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and see if you can lift up on that back knee and then lift up on the right leg. And this is called Warrior 3. Stay right at the floor. Notice your left hip wants to be higher than your right, and your left leg wants to not be as strong and long with energy as it could. Take 1 more breath. And exhale. Good. Step your left foot back. Bring all 10 toes to the long side of what you might have as a yoga mat. Place your hands on your hips. Breathe in. Squeeze your legs and find a little back bend. And breathe out, hinge, forward fold. Tight hamstrings. You would want to put your hamstrings are the back muscles on your legs. And we have a lot of tight hamstrings at Emily Griffith, it feels like. So you're part of the club. You can put your hands on your knees, but I think it'd be more helpful if you had something right about this height to begin to shift your weight forward and push into something. If it can be the floor, great. And relax your head and breathe. One more. Big breath in. Squeeze the muscles on your legs and breathe out. Fold a tiny bit more. Nice. Inhale. Hands to hips. Come all the way up. And we'll switch sides. So, step both feet to the front. Left foot can stay in the front. Step your right leg far back for a lunge and lower your back knee. Breathe in. Reach your hands up. You can press your hips forward as you do a little back bend. And breathe out and push into the legs and lengthen your spine and reach through the fingers. Inhale. Move with your breath. Exhale. Good. Interlace your fingers. Pop the back leg up. Look forward. Breathe as you squeeze your shoulder blades together and then stand just on one leg. Energize the right leg. And it's normal to have a little wiggle. Bend your left knee a little bit. Your hips are square. Squeeze your shoulders and lift your low belly if it's sinking. Breathe in. And breathe out. Good. Step at the top of your space, both feet. And we'll do one last pose before we finish. So, tree pose. Stand on the right leg. Bend your left knee. Oh, off balance today. And with your hands, you can extend them up to the sky. Maybe even grab the ankle and bring the foot in higher. Or maybe you decide today your balance, you need it to touch the floor. Either way, as you reach up, squeeze the legs and push into the right foot. And if it seems interesting to you, you can also put your hand onto your leg and stretch over to the side. Woo. One more. Big breath in. It's about learning the wiggle and coming to center. Second side, left foot on the floor. And there's a little bit of as we're trying to go into the core of who we are, we've got to access all this strength that as we bring our energy to the middle of our body, we start to feel. So hug the leg as you push your foot into the floor and then side bend for a breath or two. One more. Sometimes standing poses are easier for concentration. Bring the foot to the floor. Let's flow all the way to our seat. Breathe in, reach your hands up to the sky. Breathe out and fold strong legs. Inhale, pull your heart forward. And exhale, plant your palms, high plank pose. Lower your knees if you're building strength or low push-up pose. Inhale if you'd like to lift up into cobra. And exhale onto your knees, cross your ankles, and we'll come to a seat. On your seat, you can extend your left leg and keep your right leg bent in. This is one where the left hand can go to the side, right hand high, breathe in. And exhale, stretch your side over. Move with your breath. Inhale, straighten the front leg and lift your hips. And exhale, lower your seat, left hand to leg, reach. 2 more breaths. Take one side of the pose to breathe in. And take the second part of the pose and breathe out. Good, one more. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to center. We'll switch sides. Inhale, left hand high. Flex your right toes. And exhale, side bend. Left hand by your left hip. Fingers point back and stretch your whole front side body. And then exhale, lower and side stretch. 2 more with your breath. You can start again. Inhale and exhale. Last big breath. Inhale, shoulders on your back, stretch, and exhale. Inhale, come on up. And we always finish the class in that pose we actually started in today. It's called Shavasana. It's the final resting pose. And I want to do one short Shavasana, even though you started with a longer one. So find, again, any comfortable way to lay down. Some people like to cross their legs. Some people like to take a big wide starfish pose. If your low back is unsettled, you might bend your knees and knock the knees together. And let me know about your low back, and we can create a day for back pain or sensation. And then let your body fall. Let your body be heavy and do absolutely nothing, and feel the space around your body. Feel your entire body on the floor. Take a breath. It doesn't have to be a deep breath. Just notice that you can control your breathing, and you can control what layer of being you put your awareness to. So pay attention, be in the awareness of your body, and feel the heaviness of your body on the floor. Now feel the less obvious, the more subtle, the invisible layer of energy in your body. Every cell is reproducing. Your heart is beating. Fluid and blood are moving through channels all throughout your entire body. Can you tap into feeling the movement that happens in your body? And then notice the place in your mind where you pay attention, and how being aware makes your mind still. Paying attention to the present moment makes your monkey mind still. Maybe just for like a second, and we'll make those moments between each thought longer and longer with practice. For the last moment, lie here and do absolutely nothing. With your eyes closed, just listen and look in the dark space behind your eyelids and see if you can simply experience, feel, and be without language, concepts, or stories. Sometimes it helps to imagine you are small and sitting with a candle in your own heart. You can deepen your breath and wiggle back into your body. Take your hands over your head and stretch. And then relax and release, and bend your knees and roll back over to one side. You can bat your eyes open, please, and come up to a seat where I say thank you for your time and for your energy, for your concentration, and for being you and showing up.